being here. My best wishes to all of you. Love you. Please have a seat, please. This is how the Legion make this country proud. I know on the occasion of Convocation, we award diplomas to our graduates, but Whistlewood especially has this additional exercise. Since Whistlewood has been indebted to the film industry, because the whole film industry, entire media industry, come to our Whistling Woods to teach our students, to interact with them. And every director, producer, singer, artist have participated in grooming our children. So in return, we feel we are indebted, and we must create a two Maestro Award every year. And the creation of Maestro Award is our tribute to their contribution as a legend, artists or technicians. So we have two awards, one for the technician and one for the artist. Artist means the actors. And this is the 10th year, and we are really honored that legend like Lataji accepted to receive our award, and Mr. Vinod Khanna. I remember when I called Lataji that I would like to invite you, so she called me at home. She said कि सुभाष, मैं समझ सकती हूँ कि आप लोगों ने कितना काम किया है और दूर से मैं देख सकती हूँ, लेकिन मेरी उम्र काफ़ी ढल चुकी है। आज मैं 86 की हो गई हूँ, घर से भी बाहर नहीं निकलती हूँ, और मेरा मन बहुत करता है कि मैं जाऊँ व्हिस्लिंग वुड्स देखूँ, उन वहाँ के बच्चों को मिलूँ, वहाँ के म्यूज़िक स्कूल के बच्चों को मिलूँ, सबको मिलूँ, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य से मेरा होना नहीं पा रहा है। तो फिर लेकिन मैं चाहती हूँ कि स्टूडेंट से मैं ज़रूर आऊँगी, मैं ये वादा करती हूँ कि जैसे मैं ठीक हो जाऊँगी। तो इसीलिए उन्होंने एक अपना मैसेज हमारे लिए भेजा है, और फिर हमने उनके घर में ही उन्हें वो अवार्ड दिया, और आपके सामने एक छोटा एवी प्रेजेंट करेंगे। लता मंगेशकर जी। एवी इज ऑन। सीसी साहब कभी कभी टाइम लेते हैं।
विजिटिंग वुड्स में जो स्टूडेंट सीख के जा रहे हैं, मैं उनको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ। मैं बहुत आना चाहती थी, पर किसी वजह से मैं आ नहीं सकी, पर मैं आपको वादा करती हूँ कि मैं ज़रूर आऊँगी। आप सब ने मुझे जो पुरस्कार दिया है उसके लिए मैं बहुत आभारी हूँ, और मैं आप सबको भविष्य में बहुत बहुत यश मिले, ऐसे ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करती हूँ। नमस्कार।
So, how much singers she has inspired? I am yet to meet a singer after Lataji who does not say this कि लताजी जैसा कोई नहीं, हम भी नहीं। हर एक ने कहा। मैं तो 40 साल से ही सुनता आया हूँ, और जब मैं किसी यंग सिंगर को देखता हूँ तो मैं देखता हूँ कि उसके अंदर एक बहुत इच्छा है इनसे सीखने की। तो इसीलिए हमने आज एक बहुत ही यंग टैलेंट सिंगर को इनवाइट किया है कि वो आएँ और लता जी की ट्रिब्यूट में थोड़ा सा 2 पंक्तियाँ या 4 पंक्तियाँ ज़रूर गाएं। और नई सिंगर हैं, हमारी उभरती सिंगर हैं, उनका नाम है ऐश्वर्या राय, नहीं ऐश्वर्या। आइए ऐश्वर्या जी पर आइए। गिव ए बिग हैंड टू। ऐश्वर्या जी की इंट्रोडक्शन आप पढ़ेंगे, मैं पढ़ूँ?
Aishwarya Majumdar won the musical reality show Amul's Star Voice of India at the age of 15. She obtained the Chote Ustad Award from Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. She has sung many Gujarati songs and recently recorded Bollywood songs for 4 Hindi films. Please put your hands together for her.
I feel more than honored to be a part of today's celebration. Honestly, when, as we all fondly call him, SG, uh, called me up yesterday and asked me to be a part of today, I was more than thrilled, more than honored. I cannot imagine um, to be a part of something that is so huge, and especially when it comes to being in honor of such a legendary person. I think I run out of words to be thankful. So anyway, I'm going to give a big thank you to the entire team of Whistling Woods and of course SG. Lataji is someone who has inspired each one of us in one or the other way in life, and my mouth goes dry when I have to sing something as I dedicate this to her. What more appropriate than this song? नाम गुम जाएगा, चेहरा ये बदल जाएगा, मेरी आवाज़ ही पहचान है, गर याद रहे ओ नाम गुम जाएगा, चेहरा ये बदल जाएगा, मेरी आवाज़ ही पहचान है, गर याद रहे. Thank you once again.
Great, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
God bless you. Lovely, lovely, fantastic. Thank you, Aishwarya. Now back to our convocations. I would like to invite our honorable guest for the keynotes, Mr. Ajay Bijli Sahab. Please. I think I've spoken enough for him. Now you know him also. Please come.
I'd like to request Subhash Ghai sir to introduce our second Maestro awardee for the evening, Mr. Vinod Khanna.
One thing I can tell you, I have not introduced Vinod Khanna. Who can introduce Vinod Khanna? Give a big hand. Big hand. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. I'm extremely happy and delighted to see my friend Vinod Khanna here. That in spite of his not good health, he has made all the way from the town and coming here just to bless all of you, just to bless all of you. And thank you, his wife Kavita, for coming here and bringing here with all love and affection for Institute, because Vinodji is not only a big star of our country or a politician of this country, but also he has always supported Whistling Woods right from the beginning, and he has been a trustee for Whistling Woods for many years. Give a big hand, please, for that.
And Mr. Ajay Bijli to please present the award to Mr. Vinod Khanna. Mr. Khanna, I kindly request you to say a few words.
Good evening, everybody. Subhash ji, Shetty ji, everybody on the dais, distinguished guests, members of the faculty, all the students present. First of all, of course, I'm really grateful, humbled by Whistling Woods, by Mr. Ghai and his team for having chosen me for this award this year. I'm not a great one for giving speeches, and neither do I ever prepare my speeches. I'll speak what comes to my heart. I know all you people in Whistling Woods must be having a very trying time graduating. Fortunately, मैं जब फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में आया तो उन दिनों में कोई फिल्म एक्टिंग स्कूल्स नहीं थे. एक स्कूल शुरू हुआ था द फिल्म इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ पुणे, लेकिन मैं उससे पहले फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में आ चुका था. I had no background of acting. The only experience that I ever had, of going on stage was in school and college. And that also, I had to gather a lot of courage and get rid of my fear, the stage fright, like we all know. But the day I did my first play in school, and my teacher who directed me, he was one person who inculcated in me the love for acting. I never ever knew what acting was because, as children, you don't know what acting is compared to what your normal behavior is. But coming on the stage and acting a part of a character which you had no idea about, no experience about, and all you could do to give your best was what you were told by your director and by what the play demanded from you. So that was my first experience with acting, and that seed was sown inside me. So after I finished my school, went to college, I did a little bit of stage in college also. And then suddenly out of the blues, पता नहीं इसको आप भाग्य कहते हैं, डेस्टिनी कहते हैं, जो भी कहते हैं, मुझे एक दिन सुनील दत्त जी, हमारे, I would call him my godfather kind of a person, met me somewhere as a college student. I was 19 years old. And he looked at me so intensely, and after 2 days I get a message from his office saying that, that he's in the planning of a film in which he needs some newcomers, and if I would be interested. For me, that was a big challenge because my background was I come from a business family. My family was getting me ready to join the business. And telling them that, I don't want to join your business and join the film industry was the most difficult thing that ever came out of my mouth. I just went to my father and I told him that this is the offer I've got and I'm really, really keen to do this. Please allow me to do this. I don't want to do this without your permission. My father rejected it immediately. He was so angry that he pulled out a gun, a revolver, and he put it on my head. And he said, don't you ever say those words again. Film industry is out. You can do anything else you want, but you cannot join the film industry. Because in those days, the film industry did not have a reputation, where families wanted their children to go and join. Anyway, I convinced my parents. I told them, please give me 2 years. If I'm not successful in 2 years, I promise you, I will quit the film industry and I will come and join your business. And that was the end of it. They agreed. And then, of course, my whole journey into the film industry began. As an actor, nobody comes born as an actor. Nobody knows, no matter how great a family you come from of acting or film industry, anybody in the film industry. It has to be within you. It has to be something which you really want to do, which you really want to give everything that you've got. Like in any other profession, but this profession especially. And I went on working, and fortunately there were a number of films that came my way after my first release. I was accepted, I was recognized, and I got so many films, one after the other. I played all kinds of roles. I was somebody who knew nothing about the film industry because I had no experience of the film industry. Nobody in my family was in the film industry. And I learned step by step. Every person I met, whether he was a spot boy, whether he was an assistant director, whether he was my producer, my director, anybody who was working in any department, I was always willing to listen and learn from them. And by the grace of God, I must say that one thing paid off in my life. You have to be open, listen to people, observe people, take their advice where, as and when you feel it's correct. But listening is the most important thing in acting, I feel. Anyway, I went through this whole journey for many years. And I came to a point of life where I had achieved everything. I had everything that I wanted, recognition. I had won awards. I had made a lot of money. I had traveled the world. Everything that somebody can hope for, I had got. But yet, something within me kept saying that, no, there is more, there's something that you need to do, which you are not doing. And I could never pinpoint it. And then suddenly, I met my guru. Like he's known as Osho today. In those days, he was known as Rajneesh, Bhagwan Rajneesh. And I went into this path of meditation and spirituality, which was there somewhere inside me for a very, very long time, but it had been, usko daba diya tha maine. I didn't like it to surface because my career, everything else was so important. Anyway, this whole journey started, and I used to have a lot of discontent in my work, with my producers, with my directors, with my story writers, with my co-actors. There used to be a lot of conflict. There used to be a lot of, times where I would go home very dissatisfied with my work. And I could never find out why that is there, because I would really give everything I got into my work. So I spoke to my guru one day, and I'd like to share this with you. I told him this is what is happening with me, that I cannot work with people that I don't agree with. People whose mind and my mind don't think alike. What should I do? Because I come home very dissatisfied. I go home, I can't sleep till very late. So मैं क्या करूं? I think this is something which all of you will face probably tomorrow. So he gave me a very simple answer which I couldn't understand straight away. उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि देखो विनोद, हर आदमी का एक सेल होता है. हाँ स्पेस होती है जिसमें उसको फंक्शन करना पड़ता है. तो हर किसी का सेल 5x5 है या 7x7 है या 10x10 है, और you're confined in that space. But to feel free of that space, unless you're total 100% in that space with awareness, you will never be able to be satisfied. तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि तुम जहाँ भी हो, तुम्हें जो भी काम मिलता है, जो भी तुम्हारा डायरेक्टर बोलता है, जो भी तुम्हारा प्रोड्यूसर बोलता है, जितना वाहियात सीन हो, जितना बकवास सीन हो, तुमको बिल्कुल भाता नहीं है, लेकिन तुम वो करो जो वो कह रहे हैं. 100% अपने आप को उसमें डुबो दो. और मुझे लगा कि मैं because the mind is such a thing that there's so much conflict, करूं नहीं करूं, ये questions keep coming, you keep fighting. Anyway, I said, let me try this out, and I started doing this. I used to come on the set, and even if I didn't agree with the scene, I didn't agree with so many things that were happening, whether it was production, it was, I just said, मैं बिल्कुल complain नहीं करूंगा, जो मुझे कहते हैं मैं 100% उसमें डूब जाऊंगा. And I swear, I tell you, that changed my entire outlook towards my work. Once I started doing that, but with awareness, वो सारा गुस्सा मेरे अंदर जो था, वो सारा गायब होना शुरू हो गया. I started loving people, I started accepting him, क्योंकि उन्होंने कहा तुम्हारा जो सेल है, उनका भी वही सेल है. अगर तुम्हारा 7x7 का सेल प्रिजन का सेल है, तो उनका भी प्रिजन का सेल है. अगर तुम उनके साथ झगड़ा करोगे, वो भी घर जाएंगे, वो अपनी बीवी से झगड़ा करेगा, बीवी अपने बच्चों से झगड़ा करेगी. And this cycle continues and nobody then is happy. So to be happy, to be satisfied, all you got to do is be 100% in whatever you're doing, no matter how stupid, no matter how much you disagree with it. But do it, but with awareness. ये मैंने करना शुरू किया, and I tell you, my whole life changed. And I started enjoying my work, my people, my friends, my colleagues in the industry so much. Everything became so heavenly, I must say, that everything changed. And then I suddenly realized that, my God, इतनी simple सी चीज़ थी, और उसको समझने के लिए मुझे इतना समय लगा. I don't know it's so easy for you to understand it today also, unless you start doing it. But when this happened to me, my whole life changed. I was content, happy. I was meditating, 6 hours a day, whenever I could find time. In between shots, I would close my makeup room and sit down to meditate. And suddenly, I was a very happy man. And then I went to the Guru again, once in Pune, and he asked me, क्या हो रहा? तो I said, भगवान आपने तो कमाल का मुझे फॉर्मूला दे दिया, मुझे तो बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है आजकल, इतना अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे, काम कर रहा हूँ, मुझे हर चीज़ में आनंद आता है. तो he smiled at me and he said, ठीक है, अब आगे देखते हैं क्या होता है. And the next thing I knew is that after having, so nicely settled with my work, that I just felt that I can't miss this opportunity of not being with my Guru physically. So I just decided that I must quit the film industry and be with him. And that's the time I decided, and I spent a few years, I quit the industry, spent a few years with him, went with him to America, came back, finished my journey, and then I told him when I came back that I want to go back and work in the film industry. I want to go back and be with my friends and family. And he was so happy. He said, yes, now you can go back. And I came back, started my work again, started everything. And that whole journey that I went through, I'm the most grateful person I will always be indebted to my guru. And of course, gurus are in all your walks of life. You know, your director is your guru, your producer is your guru, your colleagues are your gurus, because you learn from everybody. And that's what I said, you must listen and learn, because there's an opportunity to learn from everywhere, from everybody. So, I know it's nothing much that I've shared with you. Unfortunately, you know, Subhash and me never got to work in a film together as a director and actor, but I must tell you that we've shared more of a relationship than that. And but I always looked forward to be directed by Subhash. It never happened. And I saw his whole journey also. In fact, when I came, नया जब मैं फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में आया था, तो मैं एक फिल्म कर रहा था और फिल्म इंस्टीट्यूट से बहुत सारे लड़के ग्रेजुएट होके आए थे. उनमें से सुभाष जी भी एक थे. And I was working on a set one day and suddenly my director comes and says कि ये सुभाष जी, सुभाष घाई हैं और ये रोल कर रहे हैं, कुछ फ्रीडम फाइटर का रोल था, ऐसा कुछ था. And you know, coming from the Film Institute, obviously you've been trained. And Subhash ji came and he rattled off this huge passage. Freedom fighter की speech वगैरह थी. मैं तो घबरा गया, मैं तो डर गया, क्योंकि मैंने कभी इस तरह का डायलॉग सुना नहीं था. लेकिन मुझे उस वक्त लगा कि यार training is so important. You know, coming from a background of training, because when you come, you've been taught to face the camera, you've been taught to, you know, how to deliver your lines, you've been taught all these kind of things. And I was so happy to meet him and to learn about the Film Institute, because मुझे नहीं पता था. उसके बाद immediately I did a film called मेरे अपने, in which the entire Film Institute की gang was there. मैं अकेला था, right from Mr. Shatrughan Sinha, my dearest friend, to Danny, to a whole lot of them who graduated and came. और मैं अकेला एक तरफ होता था और ये पूरी फिल्म इंस्टीट्यूट एक तरफ होती थी. For this. Because you know, I've been elected 4 times member of parliament from the same constituency. मुझे पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में भी कुछ पता नहीं था. मुझे जब ऐसा लगा कि भाई मैंने सब कुछ देख लिया है, अचीव कर लिया है, सब कुछ कमा लिया है, तो अभी मुझे कुछ वापस करना चाहिए अपने लोगों को, अपने फैंस को, अपने चाहने वालों को. The only way I felt that you could do that was to work for the people. And no matter what reputation politics has, please let me tell you, I'm in politics. I used to hate politicians. I used to hate politics. But when I came into parliament and when I went into my constituency and I saw the halat of the poor people, the downtrodden, politics gives you the greatest opportunity, the biggest platform to work for the upliftment of the poor. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vinod Khanna sir, for those wonderful.
सुभाष जी ने याद दिलाया, make it few words, because आज